Forscher berichtet.
Do not adjust your computer monitors. No, Bisu got outplayed by Go.Go, and that was a straight-up game, too. There was no cheesiness there. Go.Go, he just played a nice, solid macro game. Got some very nice macro going, I have to say, and he just overwhelmed Bisu in that regard. So, wow. Never thought I'd see that. Go.Go just plain outplayed Bisu. And Bisu made a lot of mistakes, a lot of little mistakes that just added up. And usually, I would have thought that even with Bisu making mistakes, he would be able to tackle Go.Go in a straight-up game, especially in late game like that. I think Bisu definitely has the advantage, but apparently Go.Go is getting very good at Terran versus Protoss. Came up with a very good kind of Flash-like conservative TVP build, and it just worked out fantastically. So let's see if Bisu can get back on fighting spirit. Revving up the Rafflecopter. Put the key in the ignition. Here we go. Except over at the 10 o'clock position in yellow now, looks like they switched the colors, is Bisu. So that means down at the 8 o'clock position in red is Go.Go, the madman. He did, well, I guess that was kind of crazy in that last game. I was going to say he didn't do anything crazy, but that was very unlike Go.Go to go for that standard of a game, heavy macro game. So yes, in that way it is crazy. I mean, I guess everything that Go.Go does is crazy now that I think of it. But, yeah, I fully expect Bisu to play much better in this game. He has to be thinking to himself right now, okay, I just got beat by Go.Go, and I can't let Go.Go beat me and move into the OSL round of 16. That's ridiculous. What would people think? My hair would turn from yellow to black, and I'd have to wear eye makeup, and, yeah, he'd have to go emo, man. I'm telling you. But here we go. Go.Go not going for cheese, going for his supply depot. And wow, I can't even believe that first game. But okay, Bisu, once again, his hair is radiating with energy, and hopefully that can help him in this game. Maybe he can focus that energy, that radiation, and just kind of focus it towards Go.Go, so Go.Go develops a tumor, and then he says, wow, I have a tumor, I can no longer play StarCraft, and then he'll have to be disqualified. That is the best scenario that Bisu can count on at this point. But yes, let's see what Go.Go does. The observer's pointing out that Go.Go is not going for his gas, so we're probably going to see another macro game from him. A lot of Terran players have been following Flash's example recently of his TVP and his TVZ, just trying to go for the earliest command center possible without going 14cc. 14cc can be very bad for you in pretty much any matchup, but this kind of modified econ build gets you troops out faster. You're able to have some troops out to defend yourself, but it works with very minimal amount of troops, just the smallest amount of Marines possible, but you still have enough minerals to go out there and throw down your expansion. And it protects against Dragoon battling too, because you get to go out there and throw down a bunker. And if you protect that bunker long enough, you're going to get a tank out, and you'll be just fine. Although I don't think it's going to be as easy for Go.Go to win on this map, just because it's not as easy to take a third base. If he's going for an econ build, it's not going to be as easy to protect his third base. Of course, that's the same can be said for Bisu, but still, Bisu is a phenomenal Protoss player, phenomenal TVP player. And if you have a base out there in no man's land, it's going to be very hard to protect it against Bisu, because Bisu has very high APM for a Protoss player. I think his APM hovers around 400, which compared to Stork, let's compare that to Stork, his APM is about 280, I think, 290, sometimes 300. He's probably pushed it up to 300 in recent time. But still, I remember an interview with Stork where Stork said when he goes up against Bisu, he knows when the game starts that he's behind, and he just plans his builds around the fact that Bisu is just ahead of him all the time because he has such high APM. And that's why you see Stork go for such a strategic play against Bisu. One of my favorite rivalries, I think. But this is a great rivalry too, especially if Go.Go wins this. Oh man, this is going to be a great rivalry. But Bisu trying to keep that SCV out of the base, it's not going to be successful. So yeah, it looks like the Dragoon range is being upgraded unless Bisu is doing a fake out. I don't think he is, because he probably would have canceled that as soon as the SCV went down there. Yeah, if a Protoss wants to fake Dragoon range, they will upgrade +1 attack for air, which is cheaper than regular Dragoon range. They'll just get that going so it looks like the Cybernetics Core is researching range, then they'll let the SCV see it, and then they'll cancel it right after and throw down their robotics facility, get out some faster Reaver harass. But we are going to see that Dragoon range up for Bisu. He's going to be able to outrange that bunker. It's looking a lot like the last game. Of course, it's not going to go exactly as the last game because, like I said, not easy to get and hold your third base. Okay, Bisu throwing down his base. Right now, Go.Go is going to kind of multitask. He's going to have to repair 2 buildings at once. Bisu is probably going to try to pick at that barracks some more, just to annoy Go.Go, keep him running back and forth between the barracks and the bunker. But this shouldn't be too hard for Go.Go to hold as long as he can get that tank out. And let's see what Bisu does. Getting up his second base, so it looks like a pretty standard build from him so far. Transferring all the probes. And he's just hanging out there with 1 Dragoon. So we are going to see a very standard macro game from these guys. Coming right out of the gates, there is the engineering bay was floating over just to try to intercept any shuttles, see the shuttles that are coming in for Bisu. And I think that Go.Go kind of put himself at kind of a risk of a DT drop strategy or something like that in that last game. Since he did go, he might be doing that in this game too, although he's throwing down his turrets. He's just kind of putting himself a little bit vulnerable by expanding like that. I'm remembering back on El Nino, which is basically Great Barrier Reef, when Hwasun went for the early expand, and Pure really punished him for it by going for basically 4 gateways, just pumped a DT from each of them, and then just dropped 4 DTs. And there was no detection whatsoever for Hwasun. He got completely destroyed. So if Bisu had gone for that, that would have been destructive to Go.Go's build. But it looks like Go.Go knew exactly what Bisu was going to do. That might not be surprising because these guys are friends. I've seen them kind of hugging after games. Even that game where Go.Go threw down the offensive command center, after the game they were kind of hugging, shaking hands. I think they know each other pretty well. And that could work out more in Go.Go's favor than Bisu's, because I think Bisu relies on the fact that his opponent does not know him that well, because Bisu is actually a very predictable player as far as macro mechanics go, as far as micro goes. He's very predictable, more so than probably any other Protoss player, except for the new guys, like the amateurs who use the same build over and over and over. Bisu, he has a large number of builds in his repertoire, but you can pretty much tell, once you know what build he's going to use, you know exactly what he's going to do at any given point. And that is why Go.Go threw down his turrets like this, going over the place looking for that shuttle. He finds it, and Bisu's going to have to pull away, loses all of the shield HP from that shuttle. So it's going to be very hard for him to get any kind of economic damage done. Go.Go didn't sneak into the natural of the main, but he did see the amount of Dragoons out, so that gives him a little bit of information.